speak of. But thankfully, I'm not in the warehouse today. I'm back on the road. So, yay for that. So, I've been thinking about this stuff for a while. And it's mainly based on religious beliefs, but the same things can also apply to any sort of philosophical beliefs, political ideologies, life philosophies, any sort of beliefs that one holds and cherishes and basically bases their life on. And at the bottom of everything is the fact that we're social animals and we want to feel that we are higher up on the chain than we actually are. We all want to feel special. We all want to feel important. We all want to feel loved and needed. All these good things. And doing and being all these things is very difficult. Unless, if one isn't born into power and money and influence, it is very hard to obtain those things. And therefore very hard to feel important and do important things by your actions. It's a very rare occurrence in society. Even in the United States, where I live, it's easier here to improve, to work yourself up to another level than most places in the world. For now. Not for much longer. But for now, it's still probably the easiest country to work yourself up from whatever situation you're in. Because, let's be real, we don't have a caste system like, say, India does, but there are levels to this shit. And if you're on the lower levels, you know it and you feel it. I know I am, and I feel it every day. And it's whatever. I'm trying to work my way up, trying to pull myself out of the mud. And this is a good country to try to do that in. So, the feeling special, feeling important, feeling needed, all these things, very hard to do in actuality, in real life. Enter religions, belief systems, where you are basically super important for no good reason whatsoever. Just because you're a human, God loves you, because God is also human and, well, took human form. And we are the image of God, and God made us in His own image. And He came down, God, the ruler of the universe, to this little planet to save this one particular species, and He keeps us alive by thinking of us 24/7 and never letting us out of His mind. Doesn't get much more important than that. God's personal love for us, wow, I'm so important. Easiest thing in the world. Don't have to do anything. All you have to do is believe that there's a God and that He loves me or hates me. Either way, you've got God's attention. You're important. I mean, to be loved or hated is basically the same thing. It's just attention. And we want attention. We want to feel important. And loved or hated by God, same thing. And it's just so easy And I think that's why we find these beliefs so attractive, and why they've kind of been with us throughout the entire course of civilization, is because now that we are expanded outside of our 150, we're not in these tribes anymore. We're actually a very small piece of society. We're actually not important. And this really, really bothers our animal brain. And so to fill in the gaps of not feeling important, we need to feel that we are actually, God's children, and therefore have importance. And the second part of this is that's a pretty innocent thing, wanting to feel that God loves us and wanting to feel important. Pretty innocent thing. And I don't ever, well, I'm not going to say ever because I never say never, but to people who believe that, that's actually really good. It's fine and it's healthy and it serves a need. It does, because like I said, ever since we've left our small tribes of 150, we're really not important anymore. We're tiny pieces in a very big machine and are easily replaceable. So something's got to give there. And by turning to God, I think it solves a big problem of living in modern society. So I have nothing against it at all. The second part of this, though, is a little bit more insidious. And that is that we want to feel, because we're social animals, higher up than other people. I know we shouldn't compare ourselves to others. We shouldn't. But there's that word, should. That means that it isn't true. It means that we wish it was true, basically. That's what the word should means. It means, well, we wish that things are one way, but they're not. They're another way. So we shouldn't compare ourselves to others, but we do. And we can't help it. Once again, it's that stupid monkey brain, because we're social beings. And we want to feel better than other people. And once again, it is very difficult to be better than other people by actions. It's, unless you're born into it, if you are a lower class person like me, it takes a hell of a lot of work to get out of that, or just a lot of luck. And I'm working on it, like I said, but it's a really, really difficult process. So, what could be easier than thinking that you're better than other people just by believing something? Once again, the easiest fucking thing in the world. I believe in such and such a religion, therefore I'm better than anybody else that doesn't believe in such and such religion. It can even go, it definitely does go, to people within the same religion. I follow these rules of my religion better than these people, therefore I'm not only better than everybody who doesn't have my religion, I'm better than the people in my religion who do have it, because I follow these rules better than they do. And the funny thing is that a lot of the time, these rules are actually not something you have to do. Once again, super fucking easy. As long as you can just believe these things, hold them true in your heart, you are better than anybody who doesn't believe those things. So easy. You don't have to do a damn thing. Now, there are a lot of religions that believe that you have to do a damn thing. It's not all just faith. That's I don't know, that's not an argument that I want to get into. But some religions literally do think that all you have to do is believe, and that's the only thing that matters. Others say that you have to do. But here's the catch-22. The important thing isn't that you actually do, it's that you believe that you have to do. So once again, you don't actually have to do anything to be better than other people. Easiest fucking thing in the world. All I have to do to be better than other people is to believe that I have to do, but not actually do. And I think that's why every religion has, well, most that I know of, has at its core faith. Believing the tenets of the religion is always the most important thing. And to be in that religion, it's always to be this faith, you have to believe these things. Then it's to practice this faith, you have to do these things. But the actual being in that faith always requires nothing except faith. And like I said, believing in something is the easiest thing in the world. And that's why it's so attractive to us. And like I said before, I'm not hating on this because it fills a need. It fills that need to be better than other people, and I think that if we didn't have that, people would take it out on other people in a lot more toxic ways. And one can argue that there's a lot of toxicity in religion, but let's be real, going out and imposing your will on people would be worse than just believing that you're better than people, believing that you are better than other people. Like, it would be worse if, well, it does happen a lot of the time around the world where people impose their beliefs by force. But here in the US, it doesn't happen that often. So, once again, it's, as much as I disagree with the government, it's still nice to live here for these reasons and others. So, yeah, I don't know, just my thoughts for the day on why faith is, religion is such a, has always been such a thing ever since we left our little tribes. I think that back in our little hunter-gatherer tribes, we were important. Every person filled a need. And the people that didn't fill a need, you know, they gone. So now that we aren't really needed, we've got to find other ways to feel important and feel better than other people. And doing is hard. And we are lazy. Therefore, we'd rather just believe we're better than other people without doing a goddamn thing.